So you see they have the two input parameter like address type, mood, and then you see have a select statement from the address information, address type, and this question mark. You pass the two parameters, and then you pass the parameter, and then you get the results and the query for objects, and then you pass the your SQL syntax, SQL string, and your mappers, what you have it in here, and your types, and then your moods for two input parameter. And this is the most important that I discuss a lot for about this one. How can you use this query annotation, modify annotation, param annotation? Because this is the one of the part that I already discussed in screencast number 37, and still in the development stage. And but I discuss more here. But I give it to you how the link between the Spring JDBC and Spring JDBC, all possible choice of templates, and then how when you are in Spring Boot JDBC or in JPA world, then you have a possibility to define your all the repositories. Like you can deploy query, write down directly the query into the your repository and call this repository into the you implement this repository, and then integrate make a controller out of that one and expose your dataset as a REST endpoints or REST services. That's the idea. So just follow the screencast number 37. You get the really good idea what, how, and where and how we can integrate those annotation and which cases. And even though that's why I said depending, but simple cases you can go with query annotations or params or modifiers depending what you try to do. But in the complex cases or complex query, maybe you need to 5 tables to join or to make a really complex query or to do complex statistical calculation. That case, the query annotation is not enough to do. It is possible, but it is hard to maintain those complex queries. And even though there is a possibility to native query to run it, but I found it like if I go this way, it is hard to maintain my query, big query syntax, but grouping syntax, aggregator functionality like average, sum, total, or any statistical calculation. That's why I try to integrate all possible technologies in my application and make my life easy. That's why I'm trying to do to get my Spring JDBC connections and use all the possible choice of the templates like JDBC template, simple template. That case if you are in the Spring JDBC template programming models, then you have a really more functionality or more flexibility to write down your complex queries. That's I mean, and I will show you how it is complex and how we can go this way for to taking the any other approach than the JPA approach, because you can write down a simple query with the query annotation. It is works. It is really it is standard. It is works. But when you have a really complex, lot of checks, lot of search parameter, you have a pagination, sorting, and those things you cannot do very quickly or very efficiently in this level. That means you need to find out the alternative approach into the your development. That's why I try to give it to you. How you can do this alternative approach? How can do it? And how can you start the development? How to professionally I did or we did, and then you can take these chances to implement the features or functionalities or even the REST endpoints for your GUI developer or your front-end developer. So last I can say you thank you. Just subscribe my channels, and this channels has containing a lot of technologies, lot of concept approach. Maybe it help you directly into your development, or you take the approach and implement your own way your developments. So that means that's what the screencast on theoretical presentation, what I mean, how theory works, and some examples. But next screencast I will give it to you what I discuss here and how the implementation in Java Spring Boot based implementation for the Spring JDBC template, and how we use it, and how Spring JPA works, how Spring Data JPA works, and how we can integrate those technology to expose your REST endpoints or REST services. And those REST services need to be called with any of the UI or GUI or UI framework. Doesn't matter. Is it Timeleaf or it is FreeMarker or it is Grails or it is JSP, Java Server Phases or ASP, Microsoft technology or any JavaScript based framework. Like that's what I am trying to do with the screencast number 35 with completely Angular and TypeScript based GUI technology. It is modern. It is really modern technology, and that's why I'm trying to expose all the microservices from here, from the Java Spring Boot based microservice, and call those microservices into the my front-end technology as Angular or React, or depending which technology you are, you can just integrate it and build very quickly and very efficiently in your GUI part. You don't need to any write to any business logic, because all business logic you need, you expose those endpoints, those services, and you can use any front-end technology. That's the really monolithic microservice need to be deleted, and your microservice based application works nowadays. It is works such a way. So if you see the one of the web pages, maybe there is a 20 microservice call from different sources or different companies. If you are in this, look for the Yahoo Finance check or Yahoo page or Google page or PayPal page or eBay page, there is a lot of the microservices called only build these single pages. That's why now it's trend like to build a microservice, to expose microservice as soon as possible or as efficient it is, and call the microservice into the your front-end technology. That means you have really segregated your development. So you have a backend, you have a middle layer for all the microservice that you need, and then you have a front-end developer or front-end technology. Doesn't matter which technology you are, if you expose endpoints, just front-end to understand the call the services and build your pages, the web pages. That's what I mean. So just follow my channels, and I will continue the development next channel. So that's maybe help. Just share my channels with your friends or circles, or I put it your ideas and concept that make maybe to make my better way to do. That's why. So now I can say thank you and goodbye. See you later. Bye bye.